videos from this channel, but plan to do some. And I like to talk about culture, things like that. You can see I have my Celtic four-leaf clover hat, Celtic cross. Um, I talked the other day or yesterday about Hispanic and what the true roots of what being Hispanic is, what being Latin is, and of course I'm a mixture of Spanish, Basque, and Celt. So I have Celtic background in my family, and uh, it is a soulful people, right? And what's amazing in northern Spain, it is largely Celtic culture in northern Spain, especially certain parts, right? Like Galicia. So you have a lot of Spanish influence among the Celts, a lot of Basque influence among the Celts. Um, the Celts were like today when you think of a Celt, you think of a Scot, a Welshman or woman, and Irish. Um, in reality, the Celts were really across a good portion of continental Europe, right? They were around a good portion of continental Europe, and you have the Gauls, and the Gauls, of course, went to war with Rome. So you have the Gallic Wars between the Roman Empire and the Celts. So one of the things I really encourage people is to embrace your heritage. I think that's very important. Very important to embrace your heritage. God, the creator of all things, made us this way, right? He created us with ethnicity. He created us with culture and heritage. And we even see in the book of Revelation that people keep their ethnicity in heaven and their culture, right? And in this modern world, they want you to be colorblind. They want you not to embrace your culture. They want you to say it doesn't matter, and they want you to embrace modernity. They want you to embrace your identity to be a consumer. They want your identity to be a Laker fan, a Dodger fan, a Raider fan, right? And they want to homogenize the whole world. Okay, this is what it is, a globalism, right? They want national borders to end. They want people to sacrifice their cultural identity and heritage and become an automaton of global capitalism, right? And so I think that's important, to embrace your culture, your heritage, your ethnicity. You will have the modern world say no. But what are they identifying with? Being a consumer. Their identity is their material possessions or their sports team. That's has become the identity of the modern day American and even really the whole West. So they've stripped people
in 1,000
of their
feet,
culture.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto East Fall Road, West Taft Avenue.
They want people to sacrifice their culture to become a consumer. Your identity is in your sports team. Or, again, possessions.
At the light, use the left 2 lanes
celebrity,
to turn left onto East Fall Road, West Taft Avenue.
And I think that's really, it leaves you soulless.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the California 57 North ramp.
And I think, unfortunately, Christianity has done a big share of that culture destroying, right? Modern day Christianity has they've become mini Bolsheviks, right? Culture destroyers. Because Christianity largely thinks it has to act, quote unquote, Jewish to be a true follower of God. So what are they known for? Culture destroyers, right? Culture destroyers, and that's facts. So they tell you have to deny everything, deny your identity, deny your culture, your ethnicity.
North ramp.
So Christianity,
continue on California 57 North for 6 miles.
Modern day Christianity tells you that these things are not important. They tell you, oh, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, your culture, your language. Those are beautiful things, by the way, that God gives us to celebrate, right? How beautiful is it to celebrate when you go to a Celtic festival, like I do every year, or to go to, like, say, Cinco de Mayo a parade, or whatever it is, whatever your culture is. Because the people without a culture are people that are easily conquered, right? But today, again, in this egotist society, the modern day society that we live in, people are identifying with everything but what God has given them. Okay? Whether, again, it's the beautiful Greco-Roman culture, Grecian culture, Germanic, Native American, African American, whatever it is, embrace it. It's an important part of who you are. And by embracing your culture and your heritage, you're fighting and revolting against the modern world. Because the people that are running this world right now, the protocols of the elders of Zion, the wise men of Zion, they want to rob you of your unique culture, and they want you to become an automaton in this modern day society. Hey, what's up, Disco Salute? They want you to become an automaton in this globo homo world. Globo for global, homo for homogenization, making everything the same and generic. And again, Christianity's doing its part. Christianity is a weapon of the wise men of Zion to globalize the world. Now you might say, well, that's funny. Why are you a Christian? Because I believe I'm a spiritual Christian. I'm not one of these Bible thumpers, one of these, I believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't believe Christ came here to make everybody think they're Jewish and want to be an Israelite, and I believe that, as the Bible says, that Jesus Christ made us kings, queens, and priests of all tribes, nations, tongues, and peoples. This means God expects us to keep our identity, our heritage, and our culture. Not try to become Jewish and say all that doesn't matter. Now, in terms of salvation, yeah, none of that matters, right? In terms of being saved, but you still are who you are, right? So modern day Christianity is a weapon of the devil to enslave people to a Judeo way of thinking, Judeo-Bolshevism. Modern day Christians are iconoclasts. They hate everything. They hate culture, they hate art, they hate beauty. They think everything's evil and sin. I will never be a slave to that type of Christianity. Right? Everything's pagan to them. Everything's not even knowing what pagan really means. So how you fight against this modern world is not with weapons of the flesh. It's embrace every act of beauty that you embrace, every beautiful piece of art that is made, every beautiful song that is made, every beautiful festival that is had in honor of culture is an arrow in the heart of the devil. Is fighting against this modern world modernity. It's revolting against this modern world. Every act of chivalry. Right? Now, we're fighting a war, guys. This is a spiritual war that we're in. We're in the New World Order. It's not coming. It's been here. We are here now. And the question is, are you going to go along with it and be a slave to this society that wants to strip you of every unique quality that God has bestowed upon you? Because they want 1984. They want you to be a mindless Bolshevik slave to globalism. to sameness. Break down borders, right? We're all a global community. No, wrong. We're not a global community. It is good to have tribes. It is good to have nations. I'll never buy into that globalism. The wise men of Zion have pretty much conquered much of the world. And their goal is to conquer the whole of it. And they're close to their goal. And one of the biggest weapons of achieving their goal is atheism. And the destruction of nations, nationalities, ethnicities. Because they know when you break up or take a people's culture, ethnicity away, those people then are conquered. This is why the people of Zion have an ethno-nationalist state in the Middle East. And they're adamant about preserving it. Because they know once you break up that ethnos, that culture, as a unified thing, you can then conquer them. And it's amazing to me in this modern world, everybody so wants the Jews to have their own homeland, but they're willing to give up theirs. They're willing to give up theirs. You gotta understand the game that is being played. The protocols of the Elders of Zion in the 1800s laid out exactly what they were going to do, what they had already done, and it has happened to a T. And the fight is not flesh and blood. The fight is spiritual. Right? True Christianity embraces the cultures and the heritages and the ethnicities of the world because God created them. False Christianity wants to Judaize the world, strip you of those things, and make you a generic Judeo-Christian. And now you have the whole Hebrew Israelite movement. What these Hebrew Israelites, whether they're the black Hebrew Israelites, whether it's Christian identity, whether it's just Hebrew roots people that just want to be trying to keep all the law of Moses. Salute Lance, what is up? What they want you to do is they want to Judaize you. So you now start thinking you're a Hebrew Israelite, when in reality, you're exactly the way God made you. In my case, Spanish, Basque, Celtic. And when people start claiming they're Hebrew Israelites, I know one thing. They've been brainwashed and indoctrinated by these churches, because these churches are all about promoting shoving down your throat.
Use the second from the right lane to take exit 9 for California 90 Imperial Highway toward Brea.
What these churches are, their goal to do, these pastors have been trained in Freemasonic seminaries. They want to force feed the Jews down your throat as the chosen people. So now you think you have to be the chosen people. Now you want to claim you're the Israelite. See the work the devil has done? And the joke is on those people, because there are no more ethnic Israelites that are in existence in this world. They're done. They are done. They were united unto God Jehovah in the first century. A lot of Bible prophecy, guys, has already been fulfilled. And they're using the book of Revelation and Bible prophecy to do exactly what they're doing, bringing the world to this cataclysmic ending, which if they succeed, it will be nuclear warfare. All because the Judeo-Christian churches, who largely run the conservative politics in America, want you to send your children to die for Israel. Because I'm a chosen people. Because I'm a chosen people. And so Christians have been had. And the wise men of Zion, the three wise men and the Council of 300, what they've done is they've laid out a long-range plan. And their goal is to bring a Jewish world pope to the fore as the leader of the world. And their goal is to destroy national sovereignty for nations, and infect the world with liberalism. And how is that working out? Getting people, especially of European
In a
descent,
quarter
to
mile,
hate
use
themselves,
the second from the right
hate
lane
their
to take
culture.
exit 9 for California 90 Imperial Highway toward Brea.
and largely people have fallen for it. And again, the way to fight is embrace those things. Embrace your ethnicity, your heritage, and your culture.
Use the
Refuse to
second from
become
the right
some
lane to
generic
take exit 9.
capitalist consumer whose identity is in their sports team. Salute from the
In a
kingdom
quarter
of the
mile,
Son of
use
God
the left 2 lanes to
in the
turn
San
left onto
Gabriel
California
Valley in
90
the
West
beautiful state
Imperial
of
Highway.
Califas. Bye.